Hey guys, it's your boy Neo, and today I'm going to be doing a one-year review on my 2020 Honda Civic Si, and we're just going to be going over what are the things that I like, what are the things I don't like. And overall, I want to say this car is a great beginner car. I really love it, everything about it. And so let's get into that. So the first thing on my list that I have to say is just phenomenal is the gas miles per gallon. This car gets about 30 miles per gallon on average from factory, and I haven't done anything to it yet except for a muffler delete as far as tuning capability. And I'm still averaging about 30 miles per gallon. Another great thing that I really do love about this car is the stock burbles. Now the 2020 Honda Civics, I'm not sure what Honda did to it, but the exhaust note starts to burble even before you do any type of muffler delete like I have on this car. Another great thing that this car has is Honda Sense, and what Honda Sense does is, it's new, at least to the manual cars. They added it to the 2020s, and what happens is you can actually have your car assist you in driving and keeping you in the lane, and also automatically braking for you in an emergency situation. That has actually helped me once or twice unexpectedly, and I'm grateful for it. Now the next thing on the list is the modability and the aftermarket support. The Honda Civic Si has been a running champion for tunability and modability, and that's no surprise to this car too. This car has such an amazing aftermarket support that you can basically send this to the rocket, or that you can basically send this to the moon and back for just under 5,000. Obviously I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. And that also brings me to my next point. The maintenance and the modability is super cheap. You can get a K-tuner for about $700 plus tax and shipping, and you'll instantly gain 50 horsepower, wheel horsepower from what I've heard, and that's only for $700. You're not getting that on most Euro or most American cars unless you're getting something crazy. So that's like one thing I really do have to say I love. Another thing I really have to say I like, compared to my old car, I had a 2010 CC. The seats were nice, the car had some power, but these seats hold you in it a lot more, and I realized that when I actually transitioned from that car to this one. When I'm taking turns at a faster speed, I'm really getting hugged by the seats. Now, these seats are a baby version of the Type R seats, but they're still really great seats, and they look phenomenal, especially the way they added the red stitching onto the 2020s. The next thing, a safety feature. This goes back kind of to the Honda. Okay. The next thing, a safety feature, is the side mirror. The side mirror has a camera in it, which I believe is an amazing thing. Even though in the rain or at night it doesn't work as well as it would in the clear daytime like today, but it's still a nice feature that Honda added for safety. Another great thing that the Honda Civic has is the center console. Just how roomy it is with the cup holders. You can take out both the cup holders if you just wanted one, and then it has a lot of room in the center console, which is really nice. And then also the under compartment right under the radio, phenomenal touch by Honda where you can hide a lot of electronics. Lastly, one thing I have to say I love, I never had the chance to, but I always wanted a sunroof in my car, and the Civic Si has that. Now, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, end all be all, but it's a really nice feature to have because let's say in the summertime you want to have the window cracked, and then also having the top window or the sunroof, you also want to have the sunroof cracked. It's a nice little feature. Or if you want to just have some extra sunlight coming into the car, it's really nice. Now on to the things that I don't like about the Civic Si, and that's my third gear. I don't know if it's this car in specific, but every time I'm doing a pull or something like that, as if you've seen in my other videos, every time I'm trying to go into third gear, it seems like I get locked out. I haven't found anything on the forums regarding this, but I haven't done too much research either. I just looked up, anybody else getting locked out. But for me, I get locked out on my third gear and I end up grinding gears, which it's not the funnest thing to hear, and it really does affect you in a roll race that I don't do unless I'm in Mexico. But the next thing I have to say on the list is the brake heating problem. When in Mexico, and you're on and off the gas and on and off the brakes start to rumble as if you have a warped disc. Now, one of my friends has a Type R now, and he had an Si, a 19 Si, and he was telling me that he had the exact same problem. So I don't know if it's just a Honda Civic, it's just the Civic Si's in general, or if it's just happened to me and him coincidentally, because I haven't found anything regarding that either. Now, another thing that I don't really like with the Civic Si is that it doesn't stand out as much from factory than a regular Civic. The main difference that I really notice is the front garnishes, the blacked out trim on the front with the Si badge, and then the rear wing. Now, it's not that big of a deal, but I would like to have, it's not that big of a deal, but if I'm spending a lot more on a Civic, granted it's not too much over a regular Civic, but it's nice to have something a little bit more unique to stand it out from the crowd. And now another thing that I have to say I don't really like is that the camera in the back, whenever it's raining or it's dark out or whenever it gets wet, the camera, it's really hard to see, and that's a bit of a safety issue when you're backing up, like let's say at night or in the daytime, or you can't really see out the back windows. It's kind of a struggle to use it, but it's still nice, and I wish that Honda also added backup sensors. Now I know this is a compact car and they can't really put too much in it without making a profit, but it would be nice if they had some sensors, like the Elantra N has sensors in it as well. Okay. And now the next problem I have to say is how bad the heat soak is on this car. If you want to do performance mods to this car, I would highly suggest getting rid of that heat soak by getting a intercooler and better cooling equipment for your car. And I was thinking about, honestly, opening up my car just a little bit more on the front end just to help with that breathing and keeping that engine bay cool, because after 1 or 2 pulls you're going to be shot and you're not going to be able to perform as well. And then the last thing I have to say is that it is way too cramped in the back seat, and I'm going to just show you guys really quick. So the front seat is how I normally sit, and as you can see there really isn't much space, and I'm going to go climb in just to... This is how much legroom I have after me having my seat position, and I'm about 6 feet, 165 pounds, and I don't really have much room. It's not that bad, but it's not too good either. But yeah, other than those, I will say that this car is still definitely worth it. I love this car. You know, I don't regret buying it. But yeah, there's more to come with this in the future. And if you guys find this video helpful, if you guys are in the market for a Civic Si, I don't suggest you paying over MSRP. I ended up paying over MSRP for this and it was used. Just hold out a little bit, things get better, but it's not worth spending over. You might as well just save that money up or buy another car or just buy a beater in the meantime until the market goes back down. But overall, this car is still amazing, has great performance, and there's a lot more to come with this car. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.